Oh, I guess it's a good thing. It's a good thing because I was doing this, but I didn't have my microphone turned on. So anyways, this is going to be a lot of fun when we get there. We're not there yet, however, but I just ran and grabbed it. And because of that, not really. You want an excuse? I'm making a sewing project and I forgot what time it was. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Rob Appell from Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas. Welcome to the Friday Fun Day Live. We're going to have a great show. I think I've got all the right buttons to push here. I see there are so many of you out there, and there she is. Yes, ACJ is back, folks. All caps Jenny went missing for a while, and I was so sad. So let's talk about this in a few minutes. Don't let me forget. We're going to come back to that, but real quick, folks. 65,000 of you out there. Thank you so much for being a subscriber to the Stitchin Heaven YouTube channel. If you are not, please do so already. And by the way, probably next week when you see this, we'll be at 66,000 or whatever the next number is here on the screen. We're almost there, folks. So let's hit it over the weekend. That'll be really fun. Share the message with your friends. Let everybody know where we're at. Really great, because like ACJ, sometimes folks can't find the videos. And we have a great time here, and I want to make sure everybody can be part of the community. We also have a Facebook group, almost 3,000 members out there right now. It's a private group. There's a few questions I would like you to answer so I can let you in. Feel safe to know that you're cool like the rest of us and have a great time in our private group. So I like to do a little bit of extra posting there. Kind of the first of the ideas go up there and a lot of stuff. So it's really fun. I see lots of you are here. Lots of you are chiming in, tons of comments. This is fantastic. So excited. I will try not to get too overly distracted. Like I said, I was sewing and having a wonderful time here. I'm working again on starting to put together the rows into the English paper piecing project here. And there's been several comments out there. Several folks are concerned it's too heavy, it's too thick. It's really not. It's going to be awesome. But when you last saw this quilted hero here, it was in the process of being made. So now I've got almost all my pieces made and I'm starting to put together in rows. I think this is going to go good. And this is what I'm going to do, hopefully for the rest of my afternoon, once I get through the video and get a few more things organized. Been really busy editing this week. We have a lot of great announcements. So before we dive into the announcements, I do have many of the things we'll talk about in the description below. So there's links down there. Check them out. A lot of times I like to talk about a project, a quilt, an event. And so for those of you who might be new here today, just beware. I talk fast. I am aware of it. And I try to put everything in advance in the show. Or if I forget, sometimes I'll go back and put it in the description later, because these videos also serve as recorded videos as well after today's Friday Live. So pretty cool there. Now, ACJ, let's talk about this. That stands for all caps Jenny, and I gave her the nickname a couple of probably years back. And so, yes, all of a sudden we didn't see you typing along with us one day. And this is why I asked you to subscribe, all of you. And I ask you to use the button for notifications. But even myself, I don't get notified for everything. And sometimes things just get in the way. I was having a conversation with another person recently. And lucky, maybe you're here watching along today. Great to meet you in person last week. And I believe it was her that asked me and said, how is Mark and Andrew doing? I haven't, how are the Quilting Marine and the Combat, or maybe the Combat Quilter doing? And I said, well, they're doing great. She goes, oh, well, I haven't seen much content from them lately. So I want to try to see if I can make this really brief announcement, but it's also a request for care. Okay, so here's one of the things, folks. I sew and work as a creative artist 24/7, but this is also part of my job. So if you ever see me not posting on a regular basis on YouTube, now I'm not very good about the other social media like Facebook and Instagram, and I don't even use the TikTok thing yet. But if you don't see me posting here on the regular on YouTube, and that's at least once a week, you know there might be something wrong with me, and please reach out. Send me an email. I've got it right here somewhere. Rob@stitchinheaven.com. Ask me how I'm doing. Reach out via one message or something else like that. At any rate, please let us know how things are going out there. Sorry, I think there's somebody at my door, but I'm just going to ignore them at the moment. That's all right. So the reason I'm mentioning that is because my other friends often go into their sewing rooms when they are processing through information, or maybe trying to get they're trying to get to a happier place, right? Maybe they're having a bad day, so they sometimes do their sewing on bad days. So I make the joke, if you don't see Mark and Andrew posting often, it's because they're having good days, because their sewing is still their therapy, helping through PTSD recovery, where my sewing is also that, but it's also a job. And so I've actually had to learn how to do different forms of art, because sometimes my job is what weighs me down because of the pressures of trying to be creative. Anyways, I want to just say that because when you don't see me here, I want you to be concerned. And we were concerned because we didn't see ACJ out there posting along with all of you. And so please, folks, make sure we're checking in on each other. That's what we love here about our community. I am so blessed to be there with all of you. Okay, into the announcements we go, everybody. Here we have the Bonnie Hunter Mystery. You see the colors are out now. We have wonderful kits available. You can purchase those online at stitchinheaven.com. Something really fun coming up on November 16th, the Customer Appreciation Day. And yes, it's mostly in store, but watch our website. We might be doing some really fun specials and things, and also watch our Facebook because we're having some fun. We shot some of these crazy videos last week. Here's one of them for you now. Quilters, I can see you're getting the hang of this, so I know you're ready for Riddles with Rob, number 3. Here's a riddle for you. I once was pricey, now marked way down. With patterns that dazzle, no need to frown. $5 a yard for a stylish score. My clearance tag says, don't wait for more. I'm the perfect find for crafty hands, great designs at prices grand. What am I? So put your answer in the comments below. Is it A, $1 fat quarters, B, $3 yardlings, C, $5 clearance fabric, D, 20% off regular fabric, E, 25% off in-stock kits, or F, all of the above? Because that's right, we are doing our Customer Appreciation Day right here in store Saturday, November 16th at Stitchin Heaven. We're inviting all of you to come out and enjoy an incredible chili cook-off. We're gonna have a dessert table. There's gonna be bingo and raffle and giveaways. Tiffany Hayes is gonna be here. It's gonna be an incredible day. We just wanna say thank you to all y'all for the support you've given us. So we'll see you Saturday, November 16th, right here at Stitchin Heaven. So yeah, watch Facebook. There's 5 different riddles out there. I think you're all going to have a lot of fun. I'll play another one here at the end of the video today, but it's just been great. I'm getting most excited, I think, about this is one of my favorite events of the whole year, which is the Stitchin Heaven Sewing and Quilting Expo. So this happens December 5th, 6th, and 7th this year. This is a slide. I apologize. I put it up, so that counter has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm going to be arriving into town the few days before, getting ready. We're doing movie theme this year. It's going to be a blast. Here's a little information about it.
Are you looking for an event where you can immerse yourself in the world of quilting? Join us December 5th, 6th, and 7th for the annual Sewing Expo at Stitchin Heaven. Connect with fellow quilting enthusiasts, attend workshops led by expert instructors, and explore a marketplace full of unique products and special savings. Enjoy local food, live entertainment, and exciting giveaways. Attend for one day or all 3. And if you prefer not to drive, hop on one of our expo buses departing from a city near you. Don't miss out. Make this year's expo unforgettable only at Stitchin Heaven.
So yeah, that's going to be an absolute blast. The team's gearing up for it right now. We're super excited. You can get your tickets online. And the other event that's coming up that we've been talking a lot about is the Mystery Quilt Along. Now that is on New Year's Day. Tiffany Hayes and myself. I have a new slide this week. You can see that says pre-cuts are still available. Now here's what really happened, folks. If you've seen before in the events, we have different shirts each year. We have either Team Rob for carefree quilter, or Team Tiffany for your passion for precision. We have 2 different colorways of kits. And this year, Team Tiffany quilt kits, the pink and green and lavender, is just crushing my red, white, and blue. I mean, she is something like well, I won't even say it, way ahead of me in kit sales. So we've had a lot of fun. We've actually adjusted the numbers, folks. And what we're trying to make sure is, if you're interested, we have pre-cut quilting kits. And that means that all of the parts in the kit are ready to go New Year's Day, so you don't have any homework, you don't have any lines to draw, you don't have any pre-work to do, any of that kind of stuff. So it's just a fun way of doing it. I was at the point where I couldn't guarantee how many of you could get pre-cut kits. So we made extras, and at the moment we still have pre-cut, but any day those could go to chunk cut, which means they'll arrive in time, but you'll have a little extra homework to do as well. We'll change the advertisement, but if you're at all on the fence, folks, do not wait. Make sure you pick up either the Team Tiffany or the Team Rob Appell quilt kit for New Year's Day right away. It's going to be awesome. And here's this little info about
Hey guys, it's Rob Appell and Tiffany Hayes here, getting ready for the New Year's Day mystery quilt along. And here's what you need to do. StitchinHeaven.com, sign up with your email address. You'll get your supply list, your soup recipe, and you must order your pre-cut quilt kit by October 18th if you want to participate with Tiffany's beautiful batiks or my perfect patriotic picks.
But you can use your stash. You don't have to have a pre-cut kit. But if you need that pre-cut kit, make sure you order it by October 18th.
Get your orders in, sign up with that email, and we will see you on January 1st, 2025.
So yes, absolutely do not miss out. Of course, it's free to participate. You just need to put in your email address so you can get the cutting instructions, the link to the pattern on the day of, the soup recipe if you're interested in making sure that lunch is ready when you're done sewing, all of that kind of stuff. And it's going to be a blast. And now you see this quilt on the wall. Now this one is no mystery, but this is the next one. We have had so much wonderful participation from all of you during the mystery New Year's Day. I wanted to do another virtual sew along and tie it to a retreat, and I wanted to give away 5 seats to the retreat, and I apologize. We don't have all of the information available for purchase yet, but I've been starting to leak out the dates, and while I'm in charge of my own production right here, I'm going to continue to do so. So right now, please write this down. The virtual quilt along. So we're going to make this quilt. We're calling it the Glowing Checkered Star, and we are also making pre-cut kits in just this green colorway that you see here. That is going to be on April 19th. So that'll be online, just like the New Year's Day. You can just sew along with your email address. Super wonderful. But we're going to try to make the whole quilt in a day, folks. So it's fairly simple construction, but we will be doing some of these checkerboard on point. So you probably will want to get a pre-cut quilt kit. If we get requests for other colors, we will probably have those available down the road because there will be other videos and things. And again, we're now also having what we're calling the Wacky and Wonderful Quilting Retreat. That'll be at Stitchin Heaven in Quitman, Texas, and I believe the dates are August 6th through 10th, 2025. I just put together this fun little thing. I can't even guarantee this is done yet, but this is what the golden tickets might look like here, and it's going to be a blast. So yes, we're playing up on the Wonka theme. Like I said, the expo is a movie night, and so we're going to have kind of a fun expo Wonka situation. We might, like I said, do this in other flavors. I think that would be really great. I may or may not be working on a new uniform for the outfit for the event and all of that kind of thing. But it's going to be a great time. And what I'm starting to say with the golden tickets is, yes, if you purchase one of the quilt kits for this quilt here, not the mystery, but for this quilt here, once the advertisements are available, 5 lucky winners will receive that golden ticket, and that golden ticket will be free admission to the retreat that happens in August. So you please will want to save the dates right now for April 19th, one day of sew along, and also make sure your calendars are free to join us out in Texas. We will only be able to have 40 folks, and my events fill up very, very fast now, folks. So please be ready to go August 6th through 10. I will let you know as soon as you can sign up. If you sign up and then win one of the golden tickets, of course, we'll just refund you the, I think it's $799 for the retreat. So at any rate, it's going to be awesome, awesome. We're going to have a blast with it. Cannot wait. As we're going through the last of the announcements, folks, before we get into the grateful list and a little bit of show and tell for the week, I want to point out this week I did a video where I took my daughter's overalls per her request. She asked me to do this, and we made a really cool apron for her cosmetology school, and it turned out great. But I started playing with some of the technology within YouTube. So you may have received this thumbnail stating that I had the new tutorial out, the do-it-yourself apron from overalls. Sorry, you are not having audio issues. I'm trying to go so fast. I'm so excited ACJ is here. I'm stuttering today, I guess is what it is. But if you're cooler than I am, you might have received the young version, the hip version, the millennials version, because I think this information really pertains to the younger folks, and you know how much we want to get those younger folks out there sewing and quilting along with us. So at any rate, I was testing the different thumbnails. It's a really cool feature that YouTube allows us to put a couple of different graphics up, and it sends it to the people that it thinks will like it the best. So yes, if you got my daughter, you are hipper than I, because I received me, the old man version. But anyways, I still was pretty excited to see the test going on. Now let's dive into our grateful list, folks. The grateful list, of course, here we go. The grateful list is something I think we should all take time to do each and every day. It was certainly a benefit last week. I was kind of tail spinning, and Andrew recommended to me that I just sit down and really write down my grateful list and put it to pencil to paper and really make it happen. So it's often important that we remind ourselves, especially in these times where folks are feeling anxious or tired or confused. I just think that it's important to remember there's so much more out there to be grateful for so many of us. Now, I know many folks out there are also struggling, and we're going to talk about that a little bit in the grateful list once again today, but I'm just simply stating that if we will take the time, at least I believe, if we'll take the time to remember our blessings, a lot of times those blessings will manifest. So let's move forward in that. Okay, here we go. The grateful list for this week. And I threatened to do it 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and I've done it, but I've changed it up on you. So new pals is the replacement for old pals. And if I would have known ACJ you were going to be back today, I would have put old pals up and then new pals, because we've been using old pals so much lately. So new pals, what does that mean? Well, here's the new pals, folks. So many of you heard that last weekend I traveled out to Texas because the gentleman featured in that photograph in the back, Scott Hayes, passed away, and there's a memorial service. The folks you see in this living room here are mostly all of his family, and we went ahead and had a fun time. This is a tattoo that I did on Scott, the dove with the drop shadow and the olive branch. We created a simplified version there of the tattoo, and then the gentleman holding up the photo, his name is Nico. He is Scott's son-in-law and also a tattoo artist. So we did 15 tattoos on the adults, and we put stickers or temporary tattoos on the kids, and just had an absolute wonderful time memorializing Scott that way. And it was just such a special time for us to be able to go ahead and do that. Tiffany's posted some photos up on her social media as well. I didn't, but I just thought it'd be kind of fun, and also a fun way to play on the old pals, new pals. Folks, I mentioned it a few weeks ago. Those of you who are friends of Scott and Tiffany, Scott did pass away. He had a very short, praise the Lord, very short battle with cancer. And we celebrated his life last weekend. Tiffany's going to be just fine. However, some of us friends have put together a GoFundMe account to help her get through the interim, and that information's over on my personal social media. If you need more information on that, please check that out. And then also on the grateful list, relief. What is that all about? Well, you all heard me whining and talking so much about my back killing me. Well, here it is. I just got back from my 3rd trip to the chiropractor because I had technically just jammed my hip up into my pelvic bone, and this old man water bottle, the blue hot water bottle, has been my best friend, and we are all laughing about it, but I tell you what, that is awesome. And so yeah, really excited about my relief. And I apologize because we were talking about new pals, and I forgot to show a few photos of some new pals that I had also taken. That white dog there is Jack. That is Deb Luttrell's dog, and so is Cooper. That's Deb Luttrell's new dog. And you know, Andrew Lee, the combat quilter, and I both love dogs and like to try to one-up each other. So I sent him that picture showing him the dogs I was hanging out with, and he quickly returned fire with this picture, which are basically the same dogs but in opposite color format, which I thought was hilarious. So we're always having a good time here. Now, road trip. That's why I bring up Andrew, because yes, folks, it's time for yet another road trip. So please stay tuned on my social media next week. It will be Veterans Day, and Andrew is now out here presenting, doing a bunch of workshops, and he's actually doing a trunk show on Veterans Day, Monday night. So I'm going to go catch up with him. So I had to dig out a little bit of my fanfare so that I could sit there in the audience and encourage Andrew while he's trying to speak to his audience out there. We're gonna have a blast hanging out for a couple of days, and really it's just an opportunity to go up, spend time with some quilters, see my good buddy, give him a hug on Veterans Day, support all of you veterans out there. Thank you in advance, or thank you for your service. Enjoy Veterans Day in advance, and just have a blast. So anyways, that's something I'm already so grateful and so thankful for. It has really been a highlight of my week. I wish I could show you the pile of stuff across the room that I've already set up that has the awesome stuff I'm bringing up to hang out with him. So at any rate, let's move on through back into the grateful list. And the last one really is a little bit of downtime. And folks, as much as I'm always on the road and always going, that downtime sure comes in handy. And I was just starting to brag here about the quilt that I'm working on. Oh, touch the buttons, right, and make it go away. There we go. So yeah, this is what's going to start my downtime here in the next hour or so. I think I'll pour a fresh cup of coffee, tidy up the rest of the work I'm doing, and then you can see with all the parts and pieces here, maybe better on the side camera, I've got a bunch of the hexagons already made up here, and I really want to start building out my rows. A while back, I may have shared with you all the diagram that I've created. So I'm kind of working now in this section and just sewing together the pieces, building by row, and then I can go through and I can join the hexagons along the sides, and it's much easier than sewing them together in like this hexagon format here like I had done originally. So I'm really excited to be able to start putting this together, and while Andrew's teaching his class on Tuesday, I will be hanging out in the back of the classroom, and this is my portable sewing project. So I just wanted to make sure I could kind of account for everything I needed, and then I will continue to be stitching up on Monday while I'm hanging out. So again, super excited about all that coming up, but I know I'm bragging about all my stuff. It's time to brag about all your stuff out there, and let's do some show and tell, folks. We've got a couple of great quilts that just came in. You've seen both of these, but in the unquilted format. So here we go. And this is from our dear friend Carl Sass, our resident Benartexarian. This was the quilt he submitted on the Benartex website and was given an award and was congratulated. So we've been having a lot of fun with that. This is now the quilted version, so it looks really sharp. This is a modified Storm at Sea. He has used my wonderful wide back, the glowing dots there on the back, the orange version, perfect colorway, and real fun. Unfortunately, I guess the photograph, at least what I'm looking at, isn't so large that you can see the stitching. Now this one, Stephanie, I believe you're watching along. I believe this is one of your patterns. I hope I'm not leaking something too far in advance. I think Carl was playing with it. I don't know if this is your color format or whatnot, but folks, I believe this is a quilt by Stephanie Stitches. If it is, she'll drop the link in our chat for you all so that you can participate. Stephanie is one of our longtime friends, but has been really participating in a lot of our events recently. And so anyway, she is definitely due of some support, so send her that stuff. At any rate, I think that's just about the end of our weekly update, our weekly review, our wonderful live show that we always like to do. Like I said, I will go through here and look at the comments and the questions really quick. I think while I do that, if it's okay with you all, I'm going to go ahead and play one more of Rob's riddles. Now listen carefully to the riddle, folks. The answers are often hinted to, because I was noticing on Facebook, most folks got so excited that they really didn't listen to the riddle and they got the answer wrong. Feel free to comment. Make sure you're out there sharing the love, sharing the support. Here is Rob's riddle. And actually, this is a preview. This one still hasn't been released yet. So this is for all of you here today. Have a great enjoyment with this riddle, and this will give you a moment to scan through some of the questions and comments.
Last one, folks. I know you're on the edge of your seats. Riddles with Rob, number 5. Here's a riddle for you. I'm packed with colors, patterns, and flair, with everything needed to craft with care. A quilt in a kit, ready to go. At 25% off, it's quite the show. Regular yardage bundled up neat for quilters who crave a creative treat. What am I? $1 fat quarters, B, $3 yardlings, C, $5 clearance fabric, D, 20% off regular fabric, E, 25% off in-stock kits, or F, all of the above, because that's right, we are doing our Customer Appreciation Day right here in store Saturday, November 16th at Stitchin Heaven. We're inviting all of you to come out and enjoy an incredible chili cook-off. We're gonna have a dessert table. There's gonna be bingo and raffle and giveaways. Tiffany Hayes is gonna be here. It's gonna be an incredible day. We just wanna say thank you to all y'all for the support you've given us. So we'll see you Saturday, November 16th, right here at Stitchin Heaven.
All right. Hopefully the mic's still on and reading. Something kicked over and I started hearing the speakers go. But it did give me enough time to go through the questions and see that it doesn't look like there are any real questions today. Nancy, I'm sorry you're spending your time with your seam ripper today. Normally we like to spend time with the machines. I did pick up on that, but I'm glad you're here, Nancy. It's always wonderful to see you out there. Had somebody recently ask me, I was in public and they asked me, hey, what's that verse on your machine? I was able to tell them Ephesians 2:10. So thank you, Nancy, for that. And like I said, I didn't see any questions. Lots of love, lots of support. Really excited to have everybody out there. It is just so fun to be part of this community, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on these virtual conversations, these Friday Lives. Thank you for supporting the videos. Please remember to keep sending me your requests, your ideas of what you would like to see on video, some of the questions you're having, maybe some of the quilt projects you've been working on. Maybe you ran into a pattern and there was a snag in construction of some sort of a block. I mean, that's how we got to this cool glowing checkered star block here, is because somebody was asking me how to do checkerboards on point. And so anyways, folks, it's all of you out there that really keep me going each and every day. Again, Jenny, thank you for commenting on YouTube today before the video and reminding us that you were out there. And it was this really great feeling, because I really had truly been thinking of you just yesterday and was wondering what had happened. And I was missing you. So anyways, it's great to know we're a community, folks. I try to read the comments. I try to get to know all of your names out there. Some of you have met me in person and I have that blank look on my face because I haven't quite put the name and the face and the comments and all that together. There's a lot going on around me while I'm doing these videos, but having a great time being part of this incredible sewing network, this incredible sewing community, folks. And so anyways, I hope you all have a great weekend. Make sure you put your sewing and quilting projects, your wins, make sure to brag on our Facebook group. That's what that is for. We love to see what you're working on out there and sharing stories and all of that, folks. So at any rate, super excited to have everybody out there. I'm not sure what Mary's up to. Oh, sorry. I get it, Mary. You're voting on the, I looked down at a comment which says F again, and I realized that you're voting on the riddle. And no, that's not the answer, Mary. That's not the answer. I love it. Okay. And Mary, I'm sorry, I forgot to put up. Mary sent me pictures last week. She was trying to quilt and there were bears in her front yard. And I did something with the photos of the bears and I couldn't find them today. So I apologize. Mary's bears are not a part of today's show, but pretty scary. I'm pretty glad those bears weren't out there while I was trying to quilt. That's for sure. So anyways, folks, again, so thankful for all of you being here. Have a wonderful weekend. We've got a great tutorial coming up. Oh, that's right. This coming Wednesday is a really fun video where we've gotten in a new machine. It's called the Burnett Straight Stitcher. It's called the B08. It's an industrial straight stitcher, much like the Handy Quilter here. And so my friend Deb Luttrell, you know, fearless leader at Stitchin Heaven, she's been making bags like crazy. And we were talking presser feet and I said, hey, let's get together and hang out. I put some cameras around the room and abused the machine and some of her bags. We actually learned a bunch together. So anyways, I think you'll love that video next week. Check it out. I'll make